guys, welcome back. I hope you guys are all doing really good today. If you're new to my videos, my name is Jackie. I hope you guys are all doing really good and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be my February favorites. I want to start getting back into doing my monthly favorites because I always have so many things that I want to always mention to you guys, new things that I've been finding, and of course some things are stuff that I always purchase over and over because I love the product a lot and I want you guys to try it and see if you guys end up loving it as much as I do. We have a little bit of everything, but mostly beauty stuff. I don't have any fashion this time around, just like beauty products, moisturizers, hair stuff, and makeup, of course. So if you guys are interested in knowing what my February favorites are, stick around. So the first product I'm going to mention is this new foundation from Hourglass. It's the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation. I've heard some mixed reviews on it, but I will tell you one thing. If you are a girl that loves a full coverage foundation, this is the most full coverage foundation I've ever tried. I notice the difference between using just a drop and even using 2 drops or 3 drops. There's a huge difference. If you go overboard, it will look heavy, it will look cakey, but the best part about this foundation is knowing how to use it. And if you use 1 drop, make sure you spread it all around and blend it really nicely. It's got the most beautiful coverage, full coverage, natural looking, towards more matte, like a silky matte, I would say the finishes, and it just a little goes a long way. You cannot do too much because once you go overboard, it just starts looking heavy and cakey. I noticed that it looks beautiful if you just do 1 drop. It photographs beautifully, and it is right now one of my favorite full coverage foundations. I don't like to wear that foundation when I have, I love my cool tone eyes. You guys know I'm big on cool tone, bold eyes. Whenever I do like a softer eye, like more either a bronzy or a warm tone neutral eyes, I like to do the full coverage foundation. And that's definitely a foundation I like to use when I want that really perfect looking skin. It's beautiful. When I'm not using the Vanishing Hourglass foundation, I love my Holy Grail favorite for years, my Sheer Glow. I like to mix, a dark color with my Stromboli. Sometimes Stromboli is a little bit too light for me, so I'll mix these two together and I make my own foundation color. But this is definitely, Sheer Glow has always been my favorite foundation. I don't always wear full coverage foundation. Like I said, when I do a bold eye like this, I like my foundation to be a little bit softer. And Sheer Glow never does me wrong. It's the foundation I always end up going to when I want that, nice look on the skin that's very natural, but yes, very clear at the same time. I use Sheer Glow. I tried this. I was looking for a good face primer for my foundation, especially like around my nose area. My pores are starting to get a little bit larger lately, and I was always big on the Benefit Professional, and I ended up picking this primer up and I ended up really liking it. It's from the brand Catrice. A lot less inexpensive, and it's it's like your typical pore refining primer in like a putty style, and I love it. It's not heavy, it doesn't become kind of rubbery on the face. When you sometimes apply foundation over certain primers, they become like rubbery. This one doesn't do that, and I think that's why I like it. I know the Professional sometimes does that depending on the foundation that I'm using, but this is a really good, nice primer if you have pores, not large pores, but like if you have a little texture on the skin that you want to just kind of soften up so your foundation comes out nice and smooth, like small fine lines. This is a great primer for people that want that nice soft skin finish. My next item is from a brand that I really don't experiment a lot with. I've never really been gravitated to Bare Minerals. There's some things that they do bring out and I try, and they're good, but there's never really anything that wowed me about the line. I do get some stuff sent to me, and I did get this beautiful Bare Minerals Invisiglow. It comes in a compact like this, and when I opened it, I said, wow, this is pretty, I should give this a try. And I am obsessed. If you want to like skip, you could still do your highlighter, if you want to highlight, you could still do that, but I love this alone after I've applied my, you know, my foundation, my powders, bronzers, and all that, my blush, I like to go in with this. And basically what I do is I don't even do it in the highlights. I just do it like right above my cheeks and in the highlight area, center of my nose right here. You could kind of go a little overboard with it, but it's okay because it gives you that really pretty glow within. It doesn't have a lot of glitter particles, and the color is just beautiful. I have it on today. You guys could see it. It's just like a sheen of like pink and shimmer. And it's got a little bit of gold in it as well. Let me see if you guys can pick up a swatch. Again, it's very soft. It's very light, and it's an actual powder, so you could complete your entire makeup look with this if you want. If you want that overall all glow all over the face, I just like to put it, you know, right above as a blush topper in the highlights of the areas of my face. And it just gives you a really soft finish. Because it's mineral, I think it gives you more of a nice smoother finish, nice smoother effect. But you can use it all over to set your makeup if you want that overall glow, or you could just use it like in the high points of your cheek. But that is what I have on today, and it's the only highlighter that I have on today. It's beautiful. So I'm excited to be trying new products, you know, makeup brands that I've never really been gravitated to, but I really like that Bare Minerals Invisiglow. And they do have different shades, and this one is in the medium, and it's called Invisiglow Powder Highlighter. My next product seems like I'm picking up all the makeup first. I have been using this nonstop, and I feel like this is gonna last me a lifetime because you only need a drop. It's so pigmented. You do not want to put more than a drop. Again, another product that if you go overboard, it will look bad. These are the Nars Liquid Blush. This one is in Orgasm, and this one is in Hot Tin Roof, and I have been wearing them. If you go through all my pictures, these are the only blushes that I've been wearing literally since the end of last year. It just has such a beautiful finish to it because it's not powdery. It looks like your skin, and it's just a more natural looking blush. You know, you can go a little softer with it and just give it like a nice hue, or you could put a little bit more and, you know, give you that blush effect, but it'll still end up looking like your skin because it's liquid base and it's not powdery. And during the winter months, I kind of like to use a lot of liquid based stuff. My contour, my blushes, they've all been liquid base or cream base because my skin is more normal to dry in the winter times, so it just gives you a nicer finish on the skin, and these will last you so long. I just can't even believe how much product you actually get in these containers, because a drop really goes a long way. I always end up, you know, putting too much. I put the drop, that's another thing I want to mention to you guys. I have like a plate and I put the drop on there, and I get a stippling brush. Let me show you guys. So I have a plate like this, and I literally put a drop on there, and I just basically go like this with a nice stippling brush like this. I like this kind of brush, and I just tap that dot until it's completely spread all around, and I made sure that all the brushes on the end have color on it, and then I just do like buffing motions. You can also get your beauty blender and tap it just to make sure it's nicely blended, because application is key when it comes to liquid blushes and cream blushes. You want to make sure they're nicely blended and they're really melted in the skin nicely, because you don't want it to be patchy or, you know, look like it's too dark in certain areas. So you'll end up loving cream and liquid blushes more than powder based blushes. That's definitely one of my favorite items that Nars has created. The next item is, I'm gonna mention this because I'm always asked when I take my kids out, what do you have on your kids? They smell so good, especially my son. Like this is a baby cologne that I grew up using. My family, it's been in my family all for centuries, and this is it is a Cuban cologne. From the minute babies are born in my family, we literally like drench them in this because it smells amazing. You can't overdo it. It's just what a baby should naturally smell like, and it's literally the scent of a baby, but put into a liquid form. This is called Royal Violetas, which is agua de violetas is what we call it. And I just put a little bit in my hand and I go like this and I put it, you know, on my baby's hair. Obviously I put it all over his body. I also have the plastic one because, you know, this one's easier to travel with, and I have the glass one. But I put it in his hair, I put it all over his body, and it just smells amazing. I always give it as a gift whenever I go to baby showers. And you know, some people are like, what is that? But believe me, they're asking me, where can I get it? It smells amazing. It smells like what a baby should smell like, and it's agua de violeta, which is royal violets. I am telling you, you don't even have to know what it smells like. If you're a mom and you have a baby, just order it. I guarantee you're gonna be like, that is the best scent a baby should have on them. And I will link everything along with this because you'd be surprised. You can find it online very easy, but not in stores. In Florida you can, but not here. The supermarkets down in Miami sell this. That's how popular it is for babies in, you know, the Latin community. I love the smell of this. It's the most amazing scent, and every baby in the world should smell like this. The next item is my spray tan. I know I've mentioned this spray tan on my channel before, but I got so many messages. I think it was in my New Year's pictures. I got so many messages asking me what spray tan I use, where did I go to get my spray tan. And again, this is what I live by. I live by Saint-Tropez spray tan. I like the real dark one, and I also like this one's a self tan. They're both foam, they're both self tanners. You can keep them on your body anywhere between 2 to 4 hours and rinse it off. They're both foam, like a mousse. You need the glove, which, you know, obviously you needed to apply it on it, but if I tell you, it's the best, most beautiful, natural looking dark tan that lasts, to me it lasts sometimes over a week. It lasts a really long time. I've gotten professional spray tans on, and I feel like sometimes this for some reason lasts a lot longer. This one's a self tan express, and this one's a self tan express as well, but it's in the dark formula, so I always go back and forth. Sometimes I mix them up, but it is, I got so many questions on what I had on for New Year's because I looked really tan, and that's all I had on. It doesn't have a bad odor. It goes on smooth, evenly. It doesn't leave me streaks. And I just love the color. The color's what's so beautiful. I had the dark one for New Year's, and I think that's the one that, you know, people were asking me over and over, what was it that I had on, and it was the Saint-Tropez, the dark one. The next item is, this is also something I use when I'm getting ready to do my spray tan. I am a big fan of Soap and Glory. This is their scrub. This one is their Flake Away. I always use this prior to me doing my spray tan, and it is amazing. It has this incredible scent that leaves your bathroom smelling so amazing. Absolutely beautiful scent. And they also make the lotion that matches the scent. So I always use these two when I am doing my spray tan. I always use this to, you know, it's always good to exfoliate your body before you do a spray tan. Make sure it's free of dry skin. So I exfoliate, I do my spray tan, and then I'll just do my moisturizer the day after just to keep my skin hydrated. Even with moisturizer on my skin, when I, you know, put moisturizer, because I put moisturizer on my skin all the time, and, you know, moisturizers tend to fade away your spray tan, but my tan from Saint-Tropez lasts. It just lasts a long time, even when I moisturize my skin. So I'm a big fan of the Soap and Glory Flake Away and their moisturizer. I also have this one, the Body Milk moisturizer. I like this one during the summer more, when I actually go out to the pool or to the beach. This is really good for major hydration on the skin. If you want to really lather it with hydration, you know, just from dry skin and maintaining it really nice and healthy. The body butter is really, the body milk is really good. So Soap and Glory is definitely one of my favorite products that makes moisturizers and, like, you know, beauty products for the body. My next item is this Wow Dream Coat for your hair. If you want your hair to look laminated from root to end when you blow dry it, really silky, beautiful and smooth, this is your favorite product. It does such a beautiful job when every time I wash my hair and I have it damped, almost dry a little bit, but damp, still a little wet, I spray this on my hair and then I either blow dry it or I let it dry naturally. Even when I let my hair dry naturally, this makes my hair still look like I blow dried it. But when I spray this and I blow dry my hair, the silkiness, the smoothness of my hair, the way it just coats every strand, it makes it look so smooth. If you're that girl that has frizzy hair, you will love this. This stuff is amazing. It is a magically transformed texture, amazing humidity proofing powers. So what you do is you spray it, you blow dry your hair, and it leaves your hair so silky, so smooth, free of frizz, and you will love it. You will not use anything else on your hair to blow dry it. If you don't have this, you need to try it. It is amazing. Since we're talking about hair, I want to mention this, that I bought this around Christmas time. This is from the InStyler. I've been really into taking care of my hair lately, doing treatments and you know, most importantly, looking at the products that I'm using, like my brush. You'd be surprised that your brush could be something that's harming your hair if it's pulling it the wrong way. So I've been really into, like, you know, what blow dryer am I using, what hair iron I've been using. I tossed out all my cheap hair irons. I bought myself a really good blow dryer, and actually I bought the blow dryer that goes to this. It's the InStyler. I have the blow dryer and it's got like a blue light, which is for, I guess it's for somebody like me who has, you know, fine hair, so that you don't burn it. So if you are like that and you have fine hair, or if you're just someone that wants to take care of your hair and your blow dryer could be the one thing that's damaging your hair, you'd be surprised how hot and how much damage it can cause to your hair. So the InStyler blue blow dryer is the best. I'm gonna take a picture of it. I don't have it with me, it's in my bathroom. I'll take a picture of it and post it in my Insta story so you guys can see. So since I fell in love with the blow dryer so much, I went and I bought the InStyler like curling wand with the brush at the end, and that is how I got this, you know, hair style. I love this hairstyle right after I've washed my hair and it's beautiful, silky, straight. This is the style that I like to do on my hair. There's other styles that I like to do when my hair is dirty, but this is the style that I like. It's very classic. It's easy to do. With this is amazing. It does it in 2 seconds. You know, even if your hair is when I dry my hair, some of it is straight and some of it is wavy. I don't even have to use the straightening iron and then go in and curl it. I just use this, you know, and then I curl it really nicely, and it gives me basically this hair look. I'm gonna have to do a hair tutorial for you guys to see. I think I've only ever done one hair tutorial on my channel, but I'm definitely gonna do a hair tutorial using this so you guys could see how cool this product, this item is. I love anything from InStyler. I really like. I just could tell the difference, that it doesn't damage the hair. I could tell it's not like, you know, a cheap iron that's gonna hurt and ruin your hair. Now, speaking of another one, this one isn't the greatest, but it's a hairstyle that I'll do once in a blue moon. I love it. It's very in right now, that 80s really crispy, I call it crispy, the really, you know, crunchy crispy from the 80s hair look that people used to do when we used to get perms. I used to have perms in my hair when I was really young, but this is basically the same look you get on your hair. It's kind of like if you braid your hair and you go to sleep with it. This bed head wave artist iron gives me that look. Again, I don't use this all the time. This is like once in a blue moon when I want that crispy curly 80s look. This is the iron that I use and I love it. It did such a pretty hair look for some, you know, just to have something different. The curls are different. They're not your typical wand curls. It just gives you that really tight wave on your hair. And you know, it's really in right now, and this is what I use. I know I had some people ask me on one of my pictures on my Instagram, how did I do it? Did I sleep in braids? And I said, no, I actually just used this bed head wave artiste. It's a really cool iron for your hair. But like, again, I don't recommend that you use that all the time, because that one you could tell when you do it, you know, you don't want to leave it there too long, especially if you have fine hair like me. You want to just, you know, for a couple seconds, 3 seconds, and then move on to the next. I'll have to do a hair tutorial with that one as well. Let me know if you guys are interested in me doing a hair tutorial with any of those 2 irons. Let me know which one you guys are interested in me doing next down below. The next item I'm going to mention isn't a favorite item, but I'm going to bring it up because I have been looking for a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I've been using Shape Tape for a very long time, since it's been out. I mean, I don't know how many containers of it I have, but I want to use something different, because I do notice that it does, after a while, does dry you up. I love my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer because it doesn't dry me up, but the coverage is not the same. So I'm trying to find a happy medium in between where I get the same coverage that doesn't crease, but that doesn't dry me up. And I know I'm living in a fantasy world, because I don't think there is, but people have been mentioning online, all over YouTube and social media, that the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer is just as good as the Shape Tape. And I will say one thing, it does give you the same coverage. I have it on right now. The coverage is phenomenal, but it's a lot drier. I feel like my skin is so tight and dry under my eyes immediately after I put this on, and it dries really fast. Like, wherever you dot it, you need to blend it right away, because it just dries really fast. I dotted it everywhere, and when I went with my damp beauty blender, when I got to that last dot, it literally lifted it up because it was so dry. So you got to work with this in parts, literally not even one eye. You just have to, wherever you put and you apply, you have to blend it right away, because I did notice that it looks better when you do that. And the coverage is great, but it's just very dry, and it also is drying to the eye, and it dries up right away. I did try the Revolution that people kept comparing it, and it's not as dry as Revolution, the Revolution concealer that people compare to Shape Tape, but the coverage is nowhere near to the Shape Tape concealer from Tarte. So if you guys know of a concealer that is, coverage is phenomenal, doesn't crease, and the hydration is somewhat there, not so drying like Shape Tape or the e.l.f., let me know down below. Another thing before I forget to mention about the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer is that the color does oxidize. This looks a lot like the color that I use from Tarte Shape Tape. When I look at the container, because you know, you obviously can't test it, I heard this one's medium beige. It got really dark. It almost looked like the color of my foundation, but I ended up getting a lighter one to mix them, and when I do mix them, I get that perfect color that I like, and that's what I have on right now. So I would definitely suggest for you to buy more than one color, because it does oxidize. Maybe get yourself a lighter one and a darker one, or one that you think is close to your color that you use, and then go with a little bit of a lighter one, because if it oxidizes, it gets darker, and you want to be able to mix them so that you can create the color that works, you know, best for you. I have one more that I left for last. It's kind of my favorite. I can't believe I almost forgot to mention to you guys. These are 2 eyeshadow palettes from Revolution. I never saw these eyeshadow palettes there. In fact, when I saw them, I thought they were brand new. I didn't know they had been in the makeup line for a while now. It's Revolution. It's the Sophie X. I think that's who it is. I don't know. It's a collaboration that they did, I guess, with a YouTube blogger. These colors are so up my alley. You guys know that I love my cool tone eyeshadows, and when I saw this, I said, oh my god, I'm gonna have to get both of them because they're so beautiful. Look how beautiful these colors are. These eyeshadows are everything I love in an eyeshadow palette. I love cool tones. I'm just obsessed with them because, I don't know, to me they're fun, they're complementing, you know, if you know how to use them, they look beautiful on the eyes, and I'm more of a nude lip kind of girl, so I think it complements a makeup look better when you have like a cool tone, bright eyes, and maybe a soft nude lip. These eyeshadow palettes were also very inexpensive. You know, you have to work with it. It's not the easiest to work with, but they're pretty good considering the price. I think they were like $15 or $16 each. But they're pretty good quality. Like, I don't have a problem with working with eyeshadows. and definitely worth the money, and the colors are everything I love. I'm actually getting tired of seeing so many warm tone eyeshadow palettes. Like, I'm so over the bronzies and the, you know, the neutrals, because I have a ton of them and that are sitting there that I'm not even using. So I stopped buying, you know, regular eyeshadow palettes that have those, you know, warm tones or just neutral tones, because I just think it's so much more fun to work with cool tone eyeshadows. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. If you have a, you know, a favorite item that you might want to suggest to me, let me know down below. And don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching.